When our last hope fails, another shall take its place. So long as we have breath.
Remnant from the Ashes is the Dark Souls of shooting games, but what if we took out the shooting entirely and asked ourselves, can we beat Remnant from the Ashes with melee only? The rules are pretty simple. Start on a fresh file. No using guns or ranged mods. Powers and summons can be allowed as long as they don't deal damage or you consider them melee, and no adventure mode on areas you haven't already cleared. See, pretty simple. About as simple as clearing the tutorial. Guns don't even seem that good. I mean, look at this guy. We choose for the Scrapper start. The armor is really good for melee only, and with the hammer I one-shot the normal Rude. I decide to go through the extra steps to get the XP trait and an SMG that we can't use. Soon, we're out into the world and fighting our first elite. Well, 2 elites. And these guys are going to be very annoying if they keep teleporting away. A short sewer trip later, and we find the first boss. He shouldn't be too hard, just dodge his attacks and avoid the explosions. Okay, so we head back and upgrade our weapons and armors and then take them down on our next attempt. Yeah, now we're talking. His power is amazing for melee builds, reduces damage and the stagger I take. Probably have this on for a while. Go ahead and grab Hunter's Mark while we're at it to increase our crit chance, and we find Mud Tooth, so our accessories are going to be Pocket Watch and Gambler's Ring. Take an L in the subway to a cheeky axe thrower, then show up to church in time for mass. And we explore around a bit more, and we get Bravis and his bandits, so we just mark him off our kill list and note that Explosive Shot is a projectile and therefore not allowed to be used. We picked up the Twisted Mask a little earlier, and the Twisted Oak also spawned, so we do manage the Barkskin trait. Man, my luck is fantastic this run. There's 2 events that take 2 zones to spawn to fully clear, and the only thing that could make this better would be if we got the Twisted Anvil and fight the Ant. I swear I did not see this. I'm a little surprised when I knock his legs off with melee. I don't know why it surprised me, but surprised I was. Play pretty slow, and he goes down on the second attempt. His maul makes its way into our loadout, and then we press on the ROM. Take a quick detour down a dead-end dungeon and end up dying several times to get the beam rifle. I know it's pointless, but I can't not get it, you know? Pet the dog, equip the dog, and debate if we want to allow the use of summons or not. In the end, I decide that technically it's melee attacking even if I'm not doing it, so I'll use it for now, and with 1 piece of the cultist set, it's a permanent uptime, and that's pretty nice. Buy a few pieces of jerky from the Houndmaster and see us pup safely across the Rainbow Bridge. Then it's on through the Valley of Hitscan to our first real roadblock of the run. I literally cannot hit him except for in this one specific hallway. He applies triple burning to me constantly, summons ads I also can't hit, and then hides until I kill them all. I cannot beat him with this setup. So I go the other way and meet Claviger. Yeah, you can't melee him, so goodbye, world. And so we reset.
When our last hope fails, another shall take its place. So long as we have breath.
Oh, yeah.
This time we get Shroud, who's not a threat. Find the tree again and give it a little bonk. Never mind, can't bonk the tree. Alright, we get the area I wanted the first time. A 15% increased melee speed ring. And a bonk for the road. Tear Riptide a new M. And chop down the cherry tree again. Back to Rom. So, I forgot to record the dungeon leading up to the Wastelander's Flail, but I equip it and find out it is better versus jumping enemies, so we use that. And just a quick berserk rush through Shatter and Shade. The Hive gets the better of me once, but I reassert that bigger Bonk is better player and win the second time around. First try. First try. Why is enemy melee so much better than ours? Alright, I spec myself out properly and go full beast mode on them. Sad I can't get the spear though. So let's use this break to go over my build. Very Good Boy and the Healing Aura are my mods. Then a Cultist Hat for power regen and permanent dog uptime, Scrapper Chest for 15% damage reduction, and now Void Greaves for 7.5% damage reduction after getting hit. Accessories are Pocket Watch for stamina, Gambler's Ring for more crits, and the Root Circuit for melee speed. For bosses, we'll use full Scrapper for a full 30% increased damage, and swap out the dog if we need it. Oh, and put on Brutal Mark. Oh, and I forgot that Dragonheart upgrades were a thing, so there's that. Meet the Undying King and agree to help him. For now. Sneak into the Unclean One's basement and go full berserk. Well, that's not gonna work. Take it slow and don't be stingy with the heals, and second try isn't even a big deal. It's here on course I realize melee is busted. Is Swarm melee? These are the questions that keep me up at night. I mean, technically it is, but I don't think I'm gonna use it. Damn, 2k damage? Oh, I liked that. Now it's time for the Moonlight Butterfly. This is it. This is as far as the run goes. There's nothing that can be done, and we have to accept defeat. Psych! Just kill the Undying King. He's a pain in the ass, and not because he's hard, but because he spawns turrets I can't shoot down, and an entire army of ads. Leveling up my armors to plus 10 does make me tanky enough, and I get 2 procs of Devouring Loop in quick succession, and win the fight. We put in his gun for a free revive as it's better than the other mods I've been using, and head to Yesha where hopefully it won't be that bad. And it's not, because I can still one-shot most of the little guys. Melee is too slow and inaccurate to bing the bong, so off to a cheeky little wave defense and questioning why this enemy has so many iframes when I stagger him. Warden is a longer fight, and it's mainly just annoying, and I never really feel like I'm going to lose. 100,000 scrap for the Guardian Ring? Nope, not even going to attempt for that. But if I absolutely have to, I know it's here. A little bit of bad luck and I pop Ruin against the Storm boss, but first try nonetheless. And by another stroke of good fortune, the Root Horror spawned in this world and killed my merchant, so I get the ring for free. Who's a good boy? You're a good boy. And then I can't hit this lock. Does it have to be shot? Is the run over? It might be. Unless the Scythe charge attack manages to hit it at the right angle and the run is saved.
The children resist what cannot be resisted. They fight a battle that cannot be won. Their actions are ultimately irrelevant.
Phase 1 of the Dreamers. Easier than I remembered and easier than expected. Phase 2. Well, can you beat Remnant from the Ashes with melee only? Maybe. The hitboxes are just not designed for melee hits. Maybe the spear can hit it, but I can't get the Hero's Spear and my stuck merchant got killed. And maybe the Hero Sword charge attack is enough range, but the real problem is the exploding balls that it shoots. They just do too much damage, and it's too much RNG to dodge them. Sometimes I could, most of the time I couldn't. So let's ask ourselves, is Swarm melee? Technically, yes. Hop on Swarm and bada bing bada boom. 20-minute boss fight later, and I secured the kill and beat the game. So, can you beat Remnant from the Ashes with melee only? Depends on if you consider Swarm melee or have the patience to grind out more trait levels, get the hero sword, and max out your gear. But what about the DLC? Sure, why not? Let's do it. We enter Ward Prime and pop a few zits. Off to the land of the ice and snow, where the caves really suck. Johnny Cash? Is that you? They put up a good fight. Well, the Warg does. Rudvok dies first. Wasn't trying to kill him first because he's the easier second phase, but I'm here for a challenge, so screw it. This game really could have used more two-phase bosses. Well, I almost die several times, and I proc ruin, but still win on the first try. Yeah, did I mention these caves suck? Pure melee boss. Finally a worthy opponent. Our battle will be legendary. Okay, next battle will be legendary. Final boss time. Phase 1 is a bunch of trading damage and healing between attacks, and nothing special. Phase 2 gives me the fusion rifle automatically, and that means I lose my ruin buff, and I die. Second time is much better, and I don't even need the ruin revive. Yeah, funny how that works. Final boss down, and that means, yes, you can beat Remnant from the Ashes DLC with melee only. No swarm needed this time. And in recap, 41 total deaths and a playtime somewhere around 21 hours. This was a really fun challenge, and I had a lot of fun with it. If you're a fan of this game, I'd recommend you attempt this challenge, or at least go make a melee focus build with all the stuff unlocked so you can be stronger than I was. And with that, we've risen to the challenge. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.